Good day to all out there, and welcome back to Are We There Yet? We're still with Clyde. Those results, though. You saw a 1-0 reverse at home on opening day to Alloa. That raised alarm bells as my cat attacks me. He's gone now. We followed that up, though, 4-1 away at Airdrie. And that was, we went behind, so I was a little bit concerned, as you would be. But second half, we absolutely demolished them. With Datnovitz, Barry, Sandy and David Marsh getting his first goal back with the club. So there was cause for optimism, and then we followed that up with a 2-0 home defeat to the team that we'd absolutely battered in the League Cup group, just at the top of the screen. And it really did leave a question about why. You can see that Datnovitz was probably the poorest performer, just a 6.2. But, yeah, Then we played Stranraer, and we put them out of the cup. Again, though, we had to come from behind, and it was the second half. So it seems that we're taking it a bit too easy in the first half. It may be something to do with the fact that the players are not quite capable at this level. But then we managed to put a few results together, and we managed to draw against Wraith. This time we led. Have we scored a first half goal? That's the big question. Oh, there we have a few there, actually. We beat... who did we beat there? We beat Brecon City by 4-2. Again, yes, coming from behind. So... there have been results in here, and then we progressed in the cup, so we're into the fourth round of that against Inverness, so that's going to be a defeat. That's coming up after the East Fife game, which is today's main feature. Then we've had a bit of a run, really bad run. We lost, it's those 3 away games. Forfar scored 4, of course, Forfar 4, 5-5 or whatever. Stranraer then demolished us 4-2, and then Peterhead 2-0. Now, Peterhead are the bottom tied, so that closed that gap. We're still not bottom, but we're 9th. These 3 results, though. Before that, the dynamics was all fine. And then after we lost these 2 games, the players came to me being unhappy about the squad harmony, the dressing room atmosphere not being very good. And there's no real... there's no real unhappiness going on. We brought in Ross Davidson, who, is just another player to fill the midfield because some of the players we have are appalling. And they'd probably acknowledge that if we asked them. So my first choice too is probably still Barry and MacArthur, but it will rotate with Davidson. It's just a better option than Flynn, or certainly Nickel, that kind of thing. Max Wright's a little bit as well. So it's just more of an option really, rather than saying that he is going to be the man that takes Barry's place. And why he thought that, I don't know. But for some reason, we seem to have had a bit of an issue with morale in recent weeks. We managed to have a team meeting and sort it out, but then we lost 2-0 away at Peterhead. That's the cat again. So that's the 3 games. We've got a game in hand. If we win, we'll go nowhere unless we win absolutely convincingly. But it's important that we stay in touch. I can very much see it being the case that ourselves and Clyde, Peterhead, end up falling away from the rest of the pack, and we don't want that. So it's East Fife today. So we played Forfar, and we're going to play East Fife. Hopefully, Forfar got 4. Hopefully, East Fife won't get 5. Fingers crossed. So it's the only game. We're at home. So Sandy McCluskey's back. He did have a knock in those games, so he's not actually been available. We've had to play Smart Ozadalar, who did manage to score a goal, but let's be honest, he is woeful at the best of times. So that's basically the side that we're going to start. I will see you pitch side in just a moment at the Broadwood. So there's your teams then. It's not really changed, has it, from last year? The players that have come in, Linton, Marsh, and that's it. Actually, the rest of the team is what we played last year. On the bench, though, Davidson is new, and again, that's it. So really, we've only really changed 3 players. No wonder they're getting a bit concerned anytime someone comes in. Hopefully, though, this will be the game where we kickstart another run of good form. I actually had a little bit of hope after we put a few wins together that we might actually finish nearer to the playoffs. We could still, let's be honest, we could still. That's Linton off though. That's not a great start. He wasn't carrying any knock pre the game. Potential foot injury that's forced him straight off. So that's probably a broken foot or a broken toe, so we'll be without him for, you probably guess, some time. On comes Jordan Stewart, and hopefully he'll do the business in his stead. Well, we're nearly through 40 minutes, and all told, I'm looking around for something else to do here because there's not been a chance of any note, and that's half time. So, it's hard to see East Fife scoring 5, but it could happen still. They haven't had a shot yet, so they've got far more chance. I think we're going to be a little bit, I'm far from pleased, although Bazza thinks it's okay. Come on, mate. If we draw, we're not going to stay up, are we? Effectively. So don't be demotivated. If you think that was good enough, having 2 shots in 45 minutes and not actually hitting the target between you, then you want to go play for somewhere else. Maybe I should bring Rossi on. So just on the hour mark, a free kick. It's not for us, though. Fife take it, but Blair Curry is there. And I don't know what to say. We gift a goal with the most bizarre goalkeeping distribution. I mean, what did he do here? He rolled it out beyond. Although I feel that Blondie here could have stepped in. Who's that? McNiff was probably more to that, and then it's not a bad header in fairness. Oh, good God! So this will be 4 defeats on the bounce, including a home one. I was sort of discounting the away results because we've been so, it's 3 or 4 away games on the trot. But ultimately, this is a game that we should be doing better in. Let's unpause it. Play's unlikely to progress if the game's paused. We'll get Burbage off and bring on Ramsey. And hopefully we can respond in kind very quickly. Datnovitz goes crossfield to Duffy. Although he goes back to goal, is Ferguson. Again, is back to goal. We're not really finding any pockets of space. Is MacArthur to Duffy. Barry now has space and he's facing goal. Datnovitz is coming back again though. MacArthur to Duffy. Back to MacArthur. It's always about... Oh, Datnovitz. Yeah. Yep, good. Another great strike from Datnovitz. And, well, at least something's happening. Here's McKernan for East Fife. He gives it away there and Marshall recycle the ball. Duffy finds Ferguson right side. Needing to create. He finds McCluskey. He's a long way from goal. Ramsey now gets tackled and Hind for Forfar. Don't give me nightmares of Forfar. Stow shoots. Okay. Well, at least we're doing better than... Well, we're not doing better than that, are we? Right, so we've got 15 or so minutes. It's not very, very good. We've not had a real clear-cut chance. I think we'll get Davidson on for the man who thinks he's going to lose his place. And to be honest, he could well. You can see there on the start, I mean, the circles are still broken in the tactics screen. I don't know why that's not been fixed. If there's more patches to come, they need to come. MacArthur takes the free kick. Headed down. Datnovitz this time. Finds left. And there's Ramsey. The substitute, Darren Ramsey, gets a point on the board. It's probably not good enough for us. East Fife won't mind. This will take them into the playoffs. In fairness, a win would take them top. So we've got to remember that. It's a really tight league if you discount the crap that is Clyde and Peterhead. Everyone else is pretty much of a muchness. There's about 5-6 teams who are fighting for top spot. And if we could get a couple of wins together, we could be one of them. MacArthur carrying a knock now. Datnovitz. We can't sub MacArthur. He finds Ferguson. Maybe it's a late show for Clyde and we can actually turn it around. Or maybe we can just revert to type and find that they've got 3 men over. And here's Sterling. Is it Raheem? It's not Raheem. He'd have finished that. He's Green. Keeps his shot in. And away by MacArthur. We've got to be wary of that back door. Not a lot going on. It's 5 minutes of added on time, and there's a chance here. Davidson's cross, headed over by Marsh. Oh, Marshy. David Marsh heads over, and there's just over a minute to play. Are we being tantalised with the possibility of a winner, or are we just being fooled into thinking there might be a chance? Datnovitz finds McCluskey to find Ferguson. Can he beat his man? Can he heck? He gives the ball away and a long ball down the channel. It's only 30 seconds or so to go. Marsh, who probably should have scored, is Curry to McNiff. I think they scored from a crap mistake from our decent goalkeeper at this level. Datnovitz finds Ferguson. MacArthur, who's still carrying. Obviously, yeah. I think we've been fooled, ladies and gentlemen. There is no chance here for a winner for either side. A breathtaking second half. I mean, it was better than the first, wasn't it? So there we have it then, full time. An error by the goalkeeper has cost us. We probably should have won the game anyway with that late chance from Marsh. But never mind. A point is a point. It stops the rot of of 3 straight league defeats, and we've got to be looking up. That's the important thing. You can't get too disheartened when you're in these kind of situations. Transfer-wise, obviously the window's now shut. There was an option, and it was suggested that loan signings might be the way to go, and absolutely. But the market is just so it's just not available for us because we're so low down the league. The big Scottish teams, even though we're in the same tierage, just the third tier down, they're not interested to loan us their better players. All they want to do is loan out these kind of players. I mean, he doesn't look too bad, but we don't need a 17-year-old striker when we've got McCluskey. So I say he doesn't look too bad. I can hardly see anything about him, but I think we don't need that anyway. The most valuable player on here is this guy, Dempsey, and again, he doesn't really play in a position that we're using. He can play central midfield, but that's not his favoured position. So he's a bit of a wide player. We don't use that position that far reserved. We use the attacking left side. So you're looking more down here. We've brought in a central midfielder. It's Carl Johnson. I mean, he could be okay, but we're probably okay for centre halves, having signed Marsh. So the loan market just wasn't there. Maybe that'll become more useful to us if we establish ourselves in League One, and then push on maybe. Who knows? But I think, it really is a case of just steadying the ship now, because it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a real grind. We're only 2 points off safety now. But the game's just, they're so hard, and when we lose, we get absolutely battered, as you can see. Teams are just so much more potent in this league than they were when the chances start to come. This 4-0 defeat. For long periods we were in the game, and then suddenly it just went away from us. Hopefully at home, though, we can keep going. We've got Alloa next, so we've already played every team once, and then it's Airdrie. That's after the Cup, of course. I was hoping we might get a home tie against someone like Celtic or Rangers, or an away time, really boost the coffers, but it wasn't to be. Inverness, in fairness, obviously a championship side, but one of pedigree. They recently a long-established Premier League side. So, we've got a chance, haven't we? Although they're ninth, so they're struggling. So maybe we have got a real chance of getting past them. Okay, so I think what we'll do is we shall look to return. I mean, you look there. That I was going to say the Brecon City game. That's nearly 2 months away, so we actually haven't got too many games. There's quite a, it's pretty much one game a week, isn't it? After this Inverness Cup game, we got the Scottish Cup third round. If we get a big team in the Scottish Cup third round, I'll be back for that one. Otherwise, it's going to be Brecon City at the Broadwood, and hopefully things will be looking up. Do pop a like on the video. Do follow me as well at Knock It Wide on Twitter, and subscribe for far more content coming very soon. I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye.